Hello everybody, happy new year and welcome to very first 2024 makeup tutorial. I hope you had a great time with your family and friends or wherever you were to celebrate new year. I was thinking to start this first video in a get ready with me style and just talk a little bit about 2024 makeup trends that are on the radar, and we will see what will happen when it comes to launches and beauty trends. You guys, I'm really excited for this year. We've seen a lot in 2023. So the biggest trend in 2023 for me, the one that I liked, was when it comes to skin routine, is that we saw a lot of serum, skincare infused products when it comes to either being foundations or concealers. That is something that I really loved, and if anything, when it comes to 2024, we are going to see more of that apparently, which, you know, I'm all in for that. Right now, as usual, I'm using my Danessa Myricks Groundwork palette and sculpted and tourmaline mixed together with a really tiny liner brush. Talking about the eyebrows, I don't think we are going to see like super extreme harsh laminated eyebrows. Now, in general, when it comes to makeup, I'll say that you can always, and that is in general going to be the best thing, to follow your face structures, whether we talk about eyebrows or blush or whatever. But one thing that is the most personal to you may be the eyebrows. So you always can follow, regardless of the makeup trends, follow the structure of your eyebrows. The eyebrow has specific formula to it, like how it should begin, where is its middle, and how it's supposed to end. Now, we all have different shape of the eyebrows, but one thing that always will be in trend is beautifully filled in natural eyebrow. I don't think you can ever go wrong or out of trend when it comes to that, you know? I get that we had the eras where the super thin eyebrows were really popular back in the 90s, for example. And now we have embraced the era where the more natural growing eyebrow has been popular. And over time, when I look my pictures and videos back in the day, like even a couple of years ago or 5 years ago, like, it is so different. I used to cut the beginning of my eyebrow to make it like really sharp, and now instead what I do is just I apply gel liner and just make them a little bit more. I make a style for my eyebrows and then I fill them in. I feel the most comfortable with it. But at a certain point I realized that sometimes even my eyebrows were like in the beginning like too thin. I don't know, I just love this style more and more. I like to create strokes when it comes to eyebrows. Of course, you can always fill them in with a powder, because if you fill them in with the like liners or pomades or something, they may look like too harsh, which you not necessarily something that you want. By the way, I'm really intrigued. Let me just check. I wanted to share that I'm really intrigued with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Lifted and Locked in Brows effect. So she's coming out with a brow freeze gel, and I'm really interested in trying that one, you guys. For today's eye makeup look, this is how I started. Okay, I am not done yet, but my idea was to, no matter what, I think you're going to see me using a lot of multichrome this year as well regarding the new launches, because that is something that I love to incorporate within my makeup looks. They don't have to look too crazy, but just in general, that idea that it gives you, it is looking beautiful on the eyes. And do you know what the best part of the multichrome is? You just swipe across your lid and you have beautiful multicolored shades that look like you've been blending them for I don't know how long. So let me know if that is something you love to use. I would love to try new ColourPop cream gel liners. Those look really promising in the color story. How they will apply and where, I have no idea. Obviously we'll have to see that. My favorite usually are the powders. loose powders, which are super fine, and that is something that I absolutely love. But let's just talk for a second what I have on my eyes and some of the trends that will be happening in the 2024, or at least I think they will. So I used Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Flushed in Dancing Queen for my eyelid, which I combined to have the specific undertone with a shade Stone with her pomade. And on the outer corner, I just, on top of everything, added a little bit of the cream shade Grunge from the Huda Beauty Pretty Grunge palette. For my inner corner, I used the same Dancing Queen main shade and just used Sandstone a little bit to make this bright inner corner, and this is how they look like where they are blended and combined. And now first thing I'm going to do is to apply shimmer in underneath my eyebrow, and then I will go in with the shade Neve. This is icy shade that does have a little bit of the pinkish undertone, which goes nicely with what I have here. I just wanted to mention as well that today's look was just randomly inspired. It is not specifically on certain what it seems to be upcoming trends. I'm going to take small blending brush and shade Acacia right here, and I will blend this one. I will start a bit higher, combining this one between, I know this kind of seems a little bit weird and random, but applying this one where my pomade finishes and where my shimmer begins. This will of course tone down this shimmer. The reason why I chose this color is because of the next multichrome that I'm going to be using, which shifts green, and Yucca palette has really nice green undertone. But even if I leave this as it is, it's not creasing at the moment, so this would be, I don't know how it would wear but on itself, but I think it would look nice as well. Now I'm gonna go in with the multichrome Vision from my Dream palette, going in the center. Anyways, what I wanted to say, that apparently this year we're going to see more of a specific graphic ideas, graphic liners as a upcoming trend. For example, when you are drawing graphics, if you're not having pretty, like really thin brushes to do this with gel liners, then you can use liners that are having a brush like this, like super thin, and you can get really specifics when you create certain shape that you want. That is something that I really love actually. I know it can take some time usually to create something graphic to be like really precise. It is not just like swipe of a eyeshadow, for example, but it's definitely something that I would love to incorporate more into my looks. I'm using the same Vision multichrome and I sprayed it a little bit with a fixing spray, and I will just easily like spread this all over my eyelid. I love the effect that this gives. I'm gonna go in with the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 palette with a protected shade, which is a multichrome, and I want to apply this one right. Oh, it's too much. Too much inner corner. Luckily I can definitely blend this. I also spread it a little bit right here. Another trend that we could see as well is like grunge eye makeup looks, which you can create pretty strong and signature looks with the smoky eyes. I always loved it, and I think you can incorporate that as something that has a statement on your face when you're doing makeup. I want to go with the shade Powerful now and just kind of draw a liner on the other portion like so. This one is not that dark compared with what I have on my eyes. Definitely for the lighter version of the eyeliner, you can definitely use this. This is beautiful shade in my opinion, and I think I'm already I can see the bottom, I can see the pan from this shade. I can't believe it. Eyeliner. So I am using Pixie Liquid Eyeliner in Black Silk. To make a transition at the end of my liner, I can go back with the Powerful shade on the edge, and this is a small trick to make your liner look blended at the end. I applied black eyeliner in my upper waterline. Now I'm applying mascara. Now what I wanted to mention about the mascara, it seems that this year we're going to have an ongoing trend with the colorful mascaras, which I am fully on. Especially, I would say since the last half a year, I've been loving playing with colorful mascaras, greens, blues, even reds or violet colors. I think you can incorporate them so beautifully. I'm going to apply some individual lashes, and I'm having mix here. This is something that I ordered from, but these are so thin. I think from AliExpress, and these ones are from Kiss. So I will make a mixture of these eyelashes actually. For my lower lash line, I will go in with Camu Camu and Fushi mixture. For the rest of the other portion, going in with Calathea. This will give me a nice combination to connect everything. I wanted to mention that this year's color of the year is, according to Pantone, it is color Peach Fuzz, which for me personally, it's not the craziest color preference, but I think we're going to see more of that color even in a makeup, whether we're talking about blushes or eyeshadows. Speaking of eyeshadows, I've also read somewhere online that it might be that the blue eyeshadows is coming back. Shade Powerful, which, to be honest, I'm really loving blue shadows in any variations, you guys. But lately we also seen some of the brands releasing combination of blues, grays, grungy colors, so it might be that that trend is not only during the winter season for this year, but that it might be continuing as well. I'm going in with the Vision Multichrome on top of this to connect this, and now when I look at the overall look, I think I can say that it turns out really soft. So you can apply this Vision Multichrome in kind of a softer way so that it is not too crazy on your eyes. I'm applying shade Camu Camu in my inner corner just for the pop of the color. For my lower lashes, I'm going in with Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara in Electric Jade. I think I'm gonna need 2 coats of mascara. And even though this is green on top of the greens, it's not looking that crazy. Eyes are done, I think, for now. Now when it comes to skin, when it comes to foundations, I think we're going to follow the trend when it comes to makeup products being infused with the skincare ingredients. So I'm going to use today MAC Radiance, and this is Serum Powdered Foundation. I am actually loving this one, but the thing is that I bought this one when I think it was after summertime, and as you can see, it's clearly too dark. But it's not just issue that it's too dark, the shade that I took, which is NC37, it's a bit too yellowish for me. So what I do, I always use my Dior 0W foundation. This is Backstage Foundations. One of the, this may not be like serum empowered foundation, but the thing is, it is so lightweight that it is one of my all-time favorites. I'm going in with the Illamasqua Emerge Corrector on my dark circles. What I wanted to say is that we are definitely going to continue the trend when it comes to concealers and the foundations for the skincare ingredients infused inside of them. And when it comes to finish, we already could have seen a rising trend of more natural skin and your skin even peeking through when it comes to coverage. So really light coverage, emphasizing on healthy glow skin, not like a couple of years ago when we had like the heavy trend when it comes to applying products, whether they are powders or whether they are liquids. Now for my concealer, I'm going to use the Lancome Serum Concealer. This is my favorite concealer, and again, like I mentioned already, I need a shade lighter of this one because this one is too dark for me. It is 305N. So once again, I'm going in with my Dior Backstage. For this, it is like a product that you can control with so many other products. We've had a year of concealers, and this is definitely my favorite out of the all that I tried. This one for the lightest coverage, and for a bit more coverage there is Natasha Denona, which is really good. It's like a hybrid between having the lightweight texture and then covering everything. It is amazing. But for my day-to-day, this is number one. I love it. And you know what? I really love this one as my foundation as well. Like, the texture is so good. Now for my blush, I'm gonna go and use Dancing Queen, which is Blurring Balm Powder Flushed. The biggest difference between 2023 application of the blushes and what's going to be this year is that we used to see trend two things. So the pink blush at one moment was like having its peak and everything was pink. I think now that trend is coming down already, and we're going to see much more like a peachy blushes. And the application was really high, where for this year it's going to be much more like a doll blush, meaning it is more centered right here, which you have to be careful about it. When it comes to blush, it is not just about the trend. First and foremost, it is to follow your face structure, and then out of that, you can create when it comes to color and when it comes to shape to fit a little bit more towards the trend. But the blush itself, of course, it has its technical placement on depending on your face structure, so that it can look the best on you. So I know that a lot of you are thinking not embracing this trend necessarily just because of the way how this blush looks on you, or maybe you like when your blush is applied a bit higher. I am not mad at the technique. I love it myself. See once it's blended how it's different. And yeah, like I mentioned, before anything, you guys follow your face structure. For that, never cross this smile line right here, because that can look not flattering at all. I know this looks a bit crazy once it's applied, but once I blend it, look pretty nice. You can really diffuse this one. I chose this color just to match everything today that I'm wearing, you know. As you noticed, I didn't apply my contour. I will go with my bronzer. When it comes to powders, I think we are going to rely on a very lightweight skin-like powders, which yay, I am all about. So I'm going to set my face. This is my latest discovery. This is Catrice All Matte 24 hours long lasting shine control powder. Crazy. I think it's even under $5. I discussed this one in my recent drugstore products. Some of them my favorites, some of them that I discovered recently. It's amazing what it does. For my blush, I will go in with the Hourglass Mood Exposure blush. This is my go-to blush, you guys. I love it. I really do. And I know at the moment everything strong, but I will diffuse everything as I go. Now for my bronzer, like I mentioned, I'm gonna go in with this bronzer right here, same from the Hourglass palette, Lustrous Bronze Light. And for the end, I'm going in with Dim Light, which is finishing powder, just to blend this even more into my skin, to make everything more kind of airbrushed, which when we talk about makeup products for the skin, the effect that is really trending is that airbrushed look like effect for the face. And then when I'm using this Hourglass palette, why not go with the highlighter as well from this palette, which is called Celestial Strobe Light. I'm going to finish off everything with setting spray. This one was Lasting Fix from Maybelline. Now for my lips, I want to try something new. This is from Pixi Tint Fix in shade Adore. I'm not actually too crazy about the color, but the formulation is what I love. So the color in the tube may seem that it is a bit like too intense, but you can definitely sheer this down, as you can see. I just need the different undertone, but I can use this as my base. Once it's set, this is the effect. Obviously, this tone is not convening for today's look whatsoever, but what I can do, I want to create a little bit like an ombre effect, so I am going in with Midnight Arrowhead blush from Pat McGrath. So I really loved this texture, but the color was so off, so I had to go with the Natasha Denona pencil in Lian, and then I went with a little bit of her concealer to make like a ombre lips. This is much more kind of a softer version, but what is going to be back this year apparently is ombre lips, which I'm not that big fan of when it comes to that big of a transition. Me personally, I'm not wearing that, but I do love like blended shades within the lips from the lip pencil towards inside, you know. But apparently that is one of the trends that will be for the 2024. Anyways, you guys, this is final look. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like I mentioned, I just wanted to hang out with you today, chat a little bit about what is appearing to be new trends for this year. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.